Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I am going to be bringing you guys the Season 4 Reloaded update breakdown. It's going to be coming to Warzone and Cold War on the 15th, which is Thursday if you're watching this at the time of recording. And we are seeing a ton of exciting new content. Should be pretty cool. Got some action-packed stuff coming up your way, so I'm going to give you guys a quick synopsis and rundown of what we can expect to see, as well as what I'm most excited for in Warzone and in Cold War coming up very, very soon. If you do go on to enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like on it down below. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We've got some banger videos going to be coming out with Season 4 Reloaded. We're going to cover all the new content, new weapons, new maps, new features, everything to do with it. So make sure you subscribe with notification bells on so you don't miss out on any of that. And without further ado, let's jump into today's video. So as you guys can see on screen here, there is a ton of stuff. This is actually the roadmap for the game. If I just zoom in on this for you guys so you can see what we are working with here, we've got obviously the break down the wall. We've got a brand new zombies map, which is going to be Mauer de Toten, coming to zombies on the 15th, and the Easter egg, as far as I believe, is going to be released alongside that, which is going to mean we're going to have a ton of stuff to do in there, as well as explore the exciting new map, which is really, really cool. And for me, I'm personally quite excited about that because I quite like zombies. For any of you that are not zombies people, there's plenty of other stuff, so stay with us here. We've also got a new perk coming to zombies, or a return perk, I should say. Mule Kick is making a return to it, which is basically, for those of you that don't know, the perk that allows you to have 3 primary weapons in zombies. So that's pretty cool. That's coming back. And we are also going to see a new wonder weapon, which is the CRBR-S, which is going to be kind of like this plasma pistol looking thing. From the trailer, it looks insane, so I'm very, very excited about that. We're also going to see new crafting items, which looks like maybe some sort of grenade or some sort of drone, new challenges, and of course new intel, which we see every single season, so that's super cool there. In terms of multiplayer, we're going to see Rush return from Black Ops 2, which is the paintball style map, and that is coming back as a 6v6 map for Cold War. We're then also seeing 2 new multiplayer modes. We're going to see the return of Capture the Flag. Personally think this should have been in since launch, but finally we're at least seeing it, which is kind of cool. And we're then also seeing paintball mosh pit, which I can only assume will be similar to the mode we saw in Black Ops 2 again, where each of the guns shoots paintballs instead of bullets. So when you kill people and when you obviously shoot at objects and things, it is just paint splatters. Could be pretty cool, but we'll see how that gets on. We're also going to see Rush 24/7 as a playlist added in, as well as Cranked Mosh Pit coming back again, which is really, really good because that'll be a ton of fun. We're going to see new League player rewards, so pro issue blueprints. If you guys can see them on the screen here, they are just this little section down here under the multiplayer zone. They actually look pretty nice, and I'm not too sure why, again, this wasn't added in like the first or at least second season of Warzone. I feel maybe it's a little bit late to be adding blueprints and rewards now. Most of the people that were really into it maybe have lost interest or simply don't have the time to play as much as they would have done when it was first added, so we'll see how it goes. It might be an incentive, however, to come back if they are quite nice. I know for definite I will want to play this if the rewards are pretty good, because some cool kind of exclusive blueprints is quite nice. So I'll definitely be checking it out if it is anything very, very good. So we'll see how that goes. We're also going to see prestige shop blueprints. So in other words, when you get max prestige and you've got your prestige keys, we're going to now get blueprints which are going to be exclusive to those ranks in the prestige shop, which again I think should have been a feature we added way back nearer the start of the game. That's a great idea, and it's a shame we're only adding it now, but at least we have got it now. That's one thing we can say. At least it's coming to the game, so it should be pretty fun to have a look at that. We're then also going to see the new Operator Weaver, which is going to be coming during the season. The brand new OTS-9 SMG, which is going to be available at the start on the 15th. And I'm going to go into more depth on that because I'm going to assume a lot of you guys will be interested in that one. So we're going to cover that and kind of go over what happens with it, what it's going to be like. And obviously on the day of release, I'll have the best classes up for it, the best ways to rank it up, all that good stuff, and let you know if it's actually any good or not, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We've then got the Mace coming as well, which is going to be a new melee weapon, and that is going to be in season, so it's going to be kind of halfway through Season 4 Reloaded. That one will get introduced. And then we've got brand new stuff in Warzone, which is super exciting. We've got Payload, which is the new 20 versus 20 mode, which they've been talking about for kind of a while, kind of going off the World War II kind of war mode there, but we'll see how that goes. New Killstreak as well, which is going to be the sentry gun, kind of a fully automatic thing. Again, we're going to go over these in more detail because the sentry gun is kind of what we needed, right? And then we've got also Blueprint Blitz, which Says it's going to be in season, so again halfway through, but not sure what this is, whether you're going to be able to catch up on previous blueprints that have been kind of missed out on now, or whether you're going to be able to get more of those blueprint drops just all over the place so you can go ahead and collect as many as possible. Who knows? But we'll have a look at what they've got to say about that down below. So having a little bit more of a closer look at the OTS 9 SMG then, which will be available at launch, meaning that on the 15th, this Thursday, when this game an update does actually drop, we are going to be able to get our hands straight on this weapon. Now it says here that it is a full auto submachine gun, impressive firepower at close range with good visibility when firing, reliable recoil control with a smaller mag size. So sounds quite good. Interested to see how this plays out in multiplayer and in Warzone, particularly when we've got quite a lot of good SMGs at the moment. I made a video quite recently on the top 5, and it was quite hard to pick those 5 because we've got kind of like a lot of good options. So it'd be interesting to see how good this is, but impressive firepower, good visibility, and reliable recoil with maybe a smaller mag. It depends how small that mag actually is, but that kind of seems like it's going to be good, so we'll have to see there. Sacred among CQB operators for its ability to deal solid damage at high fire rate. The formerly classified OTS 9 can be compared to the Bullfrog in terms of damage and fire rate. Slightly more power and over 100 RPM more in fire rate, but with a lesser magazine capacity. So it's going to be damage and fire rate like the Bullfrog, which right now is easily in my top 3, if not my second or first best SMG, bouncing around, you know, between those. Verdansk, it's not kind of like as OP because it doesn't have as much range, but for Rebirth Island, this thing is a monster, and with the mag size it has currently, it's really, really good. Now, if this new OTS 9 is going to have the same damage, same fire rate, and slightly more power with a higher fire rate, more RPM, but it's going to have slightly less mag. It depends how much less of a mag, because, you know, if it's 30, 40 bullets, but then we can up that to 45 bullets, 50 bullets, whatever that's going to be. It says actually here, the standard 20 round magazine is enough to deal with a few operators, especially if headshots are mixed in, but it may be worth looking at unlocking its potential for 30 or 40 round attachments while playing modes with bigger squad sizes. So obviously whether that'll be exactly the same in Warzone, we're not too sure right now, because sometimes it's maybe 5 bullets extra or 5 bullets less or whatever in Warzone, but it's looking like we're going to have a 40 round option, which, to be honest, with slightly more damage than the Bullfrog and slightly more fire rate, this thing could be absolutely kind of beaming. We're looking towards like a Mac 10 with slightly less ammo here, but we'll have to see what the kind of like the movement's like, what the realistic shots to kill are, all that kind of good stuff, which we'll have more stats on when this thing actually drops and we've managed to actually, you know, get hands on with it and try it out. But we'll definitely see, because this looks like it could be quite overpowered. Then obviously we're going to see the Mace in season as well. This thing looks like a ton of fun. It's not going to be like the new meta or anything in Warzone, but it could be a ton of fun, so I'll bring you guys a guide once we do get hands on with that as well, on how to unlock it, how to get it gold, all that good stuff, and so you guys can see this one should be pretty fun to use. So that's all we kind of got to say about that one for right now. And here is something that you guys will be very interested in. We've got the new Special Ops Pro pack. Now, this is, you know, kind of not something I've really covered much. Usually it's kind of like the purchase options, the store bundles, right? Because if you want to buy them, that's up to you. And it's kind of, that's just how it is. But with this one, we are seeing the loadouts ready to take off with the new Special Ops Pro pack, a 6-item bundle that can be purchased with $20 US or your regional equivalent, so it's going to be like 17-ish British pounds. This one is going to be very interesting. As you guys can see kind of from the image, it kind of makes it look quite high res and maybe a little bit blue, but from what we've seen in previews and things like that, it looks like a completely dark skin, very similar to the pre-nerf Roze Skin, which was a problem for a lot of people. Now, whether this is going to be quite as good, maybe it's got like a reflective on this visor, so it's going to be a whiter color maybe. Jacket looks kind of brown with some white edges and maybe a little blue jacket underneath that. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look like a very, very dark skin in comparison to a lot of the other ones that we've got in Warzone right now, and obviously Cold War as well. So this could be an interesting mix. Obviously we got Wraith, but that wasn't too bad because the hair was unsure. You could still see them in a lot of situations. So this one is going to be interesting to see how we actually get on here. But it does come as well with a Farah 83 and a AK-47U, fully blacked out camo, which is these ones here. And for guns, that looks really, really cool. But for the operator model, I'm slightly apprehensive as to see whether this will be the new Roze Skin that everybody's going to be rocking, especially when it's going to be quite an expensive pack. So we'll have to see what happens with that one, but I know you guys will be interested in seeing what I thought about that. We'll have to wait and see, but it's not my favourite idea if it's going to be OP. If it's not OP, fair enough, let people do what they want to do with their own money, that's cool. But if it's going to be quite overpowered, not as big of a fan. But we'll see how we go with that. other than that, we are going to see more stuff coming into the game, loads of new features and all that good stuff. So I'm going to give you guys updated list. Once we do actually get hands-on with the update, I'm going to give you guys the best classes you can use in Warzone, the best multiplayer classes. I'm going to be going over all of the new features on update day, as well as anything that's brand new, like the brand new SMG that we're seeing. And I'm going to be covering all that good stuff. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notification bells on. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this one and found it informative about all of the new stuff coming with Season 4 Reloaded. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching. Take care and peace.